In this video we're going to look at creating a very simple controllable MQTT sensor simulator using Node-RED. Now the aim of the project is to create a two-state sensor that can be controlled externally using MQTT. The sensor can be used to simulate real-world objects like lights, doors that have two states, on or off, open or closed, in IoT projects. Now the commands accepted are on and off when it's functioning as a light sensor, or open and closed if it's functioning as a door sensor. All other commands are going to be ignored, and the commands are not case sensitive, and the sensor changes this state according to the command and then publishes its current state. Now the topics we're going to use a topic prefix like sensors, then the sensor name, e.g. sensor 01, to publish the state, and then we're going to use the topic prefix sensor name control to control the sensor to change its state, and we're going to use topic prefix connected sensor name to indicate the sensor status. A status of 0 is disconnected and 1 is connected. If we go over to Node-RED, this is a node I created earlier, I did a video about, and it's simple publish and subscribe. So we publish using the MQTT publisher and we subscribe using the subscriber here, and we use the debug node to view the messages, and we use these inject nodes here I've called open and close to inject to send messages to the publish node, which then get published via MQTT. And you can see this flow is disabled. Our sensor flow is going to look for something very similar. So here it is here, and again we got the publish node. We've got a couple of debug nodes so we can see what's going on. This is called sensor. This is a JavaScript function which is going to act as the sensor, and here is our control. So we're subscribing this time to sensors plus sign control, which is basically sensors anything control. So this can act as a control for multiple sensors, so we could have sensors main light control, sensors main door control, etc. Now both the publish and subscribe MQTT nodes are using the same client name, which is called test client, and they're published into the same broker, which is 192.168.1.157. And we can see here again exactly the same. And say we're subscribing this time on sensors plus sign control. Now when this receives a message on sensors anything control, it will pass it into the sensor node, and the sensor node is where the logic is that decides whether the message, the command, is valid, and if it's valid it's then going to pass it on to get published here. So let's take a quick look at this node. Now the first bit of it, the first two lines, those two here, the sensor states. Now if it's functioning as a light sensor, then we're going to have on and off, and you can see I've commented it out. So this one's functioning as a door sensor, and it's going to be open and closed. So if you want it as a light sensor, you just uncomment that and you comment that. So we take out the topic from the message object that gets passed in here. We split the topic on the /. We want to extract the individual elements of the topic. We take the length of the topic. We then convert the payload, the message payload, into uppercase, because remember what we said earlier, we don't care about the case, and we store it in a variable. We then just check that we have got a control topic here, and if we have, then we examine the state and we look at the state. Is it state 0 or state 1, on or off or open or closed? And if it is, then we extract the payload, we put the message back into the payload, because we're just going to pass it on, and we replace the control part of the topic name with nothing, a blank here. So basically we take the topic that came in, which is sensors main light control, and we replace it with sensors main light, and that's it. And then we return the message. Now if it's not the control topic, we return a null, and the null just passes a null message on to the next node, which is the publish node, and nothing happens. If it is valid, we pass the message onto the publish node and it gets published out on here. So if it's valid, the message comes through here and gets published using MQTT. Okay, let's see how it works. Now I'm going to use the MQTT Lens client, which is a Chrome extension. I've already installed it, so I don't need to install it. Now I've already configured the connection. You can see here it's connected to my Pi, and I'll just show you the settings here. There's the IP address of my broker, port, and this is the client ID it's going to use, Lens, and a number, and we don't need to do anything else here. Right, so let's publish our message. Remember, we're publishing on control, so sensors, and we'll publish open and just publish that. And if we go over to our Node-RED flow, we can see there the message come in open. You can see here there's the control and there's the message that gets published. This one is coming from there and this one is coming from there. Now it is in the reverse order, but that's just the way the node works. But even though it is in reverse order here in the console, what did happen is the control message came through here, got displayed here, got passed on to the function, and the function did its work and displayed the result here, and then also passed the message on to the publish node and got published. And I can show you that if I take a look at the broker console, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. But before we do that, let's just publish another message, and this time we're going to publish close. And you can see here I'm not worried about the case, and if we go over to our Node-RED, we can see the message coming in there, closed. And you can see it got converted into uppercase there, which is what we saw when we looked at the function. Now we're going to publish an invalid message. We just put something on the end of that, so it's not closed, it's closed too, and publish. And this time you can see it came in on control, but it didn't actually go out. But it didn't go out because it was an invalid command, so it got ignored, which is what we expect. So here we are at our broker, and you can see if I go back along here, there's the publish coming in from our Lens client on the control topic, and we send the publish to Node-RED. It's subscribed using test client, and the topic is control, and then we receive a publish from test client, and this time it's sensor's main light without the control. This is the sensor publishing its status, and again we receive the publish from the Lens client, and we receive a publish from the test client, again on main light. And when we go down to here, we can see we received the publish from the Lens client, and this time it's invalid. You can see here it's got 7 bytes in it. That was our close to message, and notice we didn't get a publish coming from the sensor. We didn't get a publish coming from the sensor because we sent it an invalid command. Okay, and if I scroll back up here, I just want to show you what happened when the sensor actually connected to the broker. And there it is there. This here, it published on sensors connected test client. And remember from the slide I showed you earlier, we publish on this topic, which we're publishing a value of 1 to say we're connected, and when we disconnect we publish a value of 0. You can see it's published and it's only got 1 byte. We can't see whether it's 1 or 0, but it's only a single byte, which is our value. It should be 1. And I'm going to show you now how I configured it to publish when it actually started up. So we go back to Node-RED, and it's done on the publish node. So if I look at the publish node here and edit the properties, and we go to the birth message, and we can see here I'm publishing on that topic, and I'm publishing a value of 1. So when this flow starts up, it publishes on this topic, it publishes 1 to say the sensor's active, And if the node fails, or sorry, if the connection fails, then we use the will message again on the same topic, and we publish a value of 0 to say the actual sensor is down. Now I left these inject nodes here because what we can do is we can manually send into this sensor, and to do that all we need to do now is to ensure we're sending on the right topic. So if I open this up, I'm sending on sensors main light control. So this is a main light sensor, and this one here, I just edit that, so just sending on the right topic, and then let's clear that and we just send a message. So we sent open and we sent, so then we send close. And we could also have this sending periodic messages by editing the inject node and to get it to repeat. Now we can also use these inject nodes to inject initial state into the sensor. So inject once it starts, so this will send the close message in to the sensor. So when we actually open up, so when we start this flow, the sensor should publish a message of closed. So let's deploy it, and here is the message being published, closed. So that's what happens when the sensor gets started up. The sensor as it stands at the moment doesn't remember its state. In a way it actually doesn't need to in the configuration it's in, but we can always change that, and we can introduce either a global variable or a function variable, the context variable, to remember the state of the sensor. Problem with this as it stands, and it's due to the flexibility of the subscribe here, subscribing to sensors plus control, which means I can use this to control multiple sensors, but it's not specific to a particular sensor. There's nothing in this function here that filters out a particular sensor. So to make this work for particular sensors, I need to put some logic in here that actually can detect what sensor we're trying to control, and at the moment I haven't got it in here, and it's a lot more work to actually put it in there, and we also have to start remembering the sensor state, and I'm actually going to do that in another video. But what we're going to do now is make it nice and simple for ourselves. We're going to make it control the main door. So what we're going to do here is change this so it says main door. So this will only subscribe to the main door topic, and correct this, which I noticed that I'm actually sending it to main light rather than main door, which doesn't make sense to send open and closed. And the same with this one here. Okay, now we're done. Clear that over there, and let's deploy it. Now when we deployed it, it published a close message, and it published it on the main door topic, which is what we expect. And now when we send messages to this, it should only respond to the main door. So let's send, using the Mosquito publish client this time, to main door, and we're going to send the open message, and you can see it's sent open over here. And then we're going to send the open message to main door 2, and you see nothing appeared over here because we're only subscribing to the main door. So this sensor now is specific to the main door. So how do you quickly add another sensor? So we want one for the main light. Well, the very quick and easy way to do it is copy the nodes what we need to do that. So we copy this one, this one, this one, and this one. Now Control C to copy them and Control V to paste them. And now all I need to do is adjust it. So this is now, we make that main light, and adjust this one down here. So now we need to adjust our sensor so as it is a light sensor and sensor. I have to go back and change those messages so they're on and off rather than open and closed. and then we wire it up into the publish node. We're ready to deploy it. Now we can clear our debug and we can test it. I just added another debug node in here. I just realized I forgot to put it there, so let's test it now. And if we publish a message on main light control on, we should see it show up over here, which it does, and main door control closed, and that shows up over there as well, and that's working. And let's try a completely different topic, and nothing happens, which we expect because this sensor is only programmed for, well, this flow is programmed for 2 sensors, and that wasn't one of them. Now this configuration is okay for a couple of sensors, but if we're going to have 10-15 sensors, then we can't really do it this way, and then we need to go into this sensor function and modify it so as it works for multiple sensors, and it would make our flow much simpler once we've done it. So we'd just have a simple control here. Again, it'd be sensors plus control, and we'd do all of the work in the sensor function. So that brings us to the end of the video. If you've got any comments, then leave them below. If you like the video, then use the like button below, and you can always subscribe to the channel to get notified of new videos on the channel. I will put a link to the flows in the description, so if you want to download the flow for this video, you can. Until next time, bye.